Folks in Sussex County waking up to some heavy damage this morning after that tornado ripped through several communities last night, killing at least one person. Now, we've got team coverage for you this morning. Kirsten Clark is in Greenwood. She's in your lower left-hand corner. That's Kyle Orange in Bridgeville. He's in the lower right corner. Chopper 16 has our first overhead looks for us this morning. But we're going to start off with John Conway in the Stormwatcher Weather Center.
Up on WBOC News This Morning.
Strong storms. Which areas were hit the hardest after a wave of storms passed over Delmarva last night?
Flooding fears. I'm Rachel Pierce live in Cambridge. How the city is looking after being placed on a rare flooding emergency.
Plus storm summary. We take a look at the night that was and who actually saw the most rain from a very active Monday night.
Damage seems to be centered in and around the Rhodes Point community on Smith Island. Now, we've got Hunter Landon live in Chopper 16 this morning. Morning, Hunter. So what do you see?
Good morning to you, Jimmy and Tamika. As we get our first look from the air, I really am stunned by just how selective Mother Nature can be. Let's take a look at Rhodes Point from Chopper 16.
6:46 on WBOC News this morning. We've got some breaking news for you. 7 people shot. 1 teenager is dead this morning after a mass shooting overnight in Salisbury. Rachel Pierce joins us from outside the Wycomico County Sheriff's Office. Rachel, how are things? What do we know so far?
Jimmy, the Wycomico County Sheriff's Office says 7 people were shot on Chippewa Boulevard during a block party just after midnight.
Now, we are learning more details about the minutes before the shooting began. Sheriff Mike Lewis says state troopers approached a mob of about 300 people just after midnight. Sheriff Lewis says people attacked the troopers' vehicles, so they left the scene, called for assistance. And that's when Sheriff Lewis says multiple gunmen opened fire with semi and fully automatic weapons. 7 victims were sent to Tidal Health. Shortly after that, Sheriff Mike Lewis says more than 100 people crowded the hospital, and Salisbury police had to deploy pepper spray.
We begin this morning with breaking news out of Pittsville.
According to the Wycomico County Sheriff's Office, an officer was killed after a police-involved shooting late Sunday night. Chopper 16 was overhead as Maryland State Police and other police agencies were on the scene. This is the Talbot Apartments on Gumboro Road around 11 o'clock Sunday night. According to officials, Deputy First Class Glenn Hilliard was shot while attempting to apprehend a fugitive who is wanted on multiple felony warrants in multiple jurisdictions. Laurel father and son are in U.S. District Court in Washington later on this morning, facing a handful of charges over their alleged involvement in the January 6th Capitol riots. WBOC's Hunter Landon is live in Washington this morning. Good morning, Hunter. So this trial is expected to move along fairly quickly.
Good morning to you, Jimmy. This is a bench trial, meaning that a judge will determine the fate of Kevin Seafried and his son Hunter Seafried. We want to show you that now famous photograph of Kevin Seafried parading a Confederate flag through the halls of the U.S. Capitol.
Last night's frigidly cold temperatures created icy conditions again on the roads. The major roadway is not immune to the treacherous conditions. WBOC's Hunter Landon is live along Coastal Highway. That's Route 1 in Rehoboth Beach. Morning, Hunter. So now how are things looking out there?
Good morning to you, Jimmy. Well, as I stand here along Route 1, I've got dirty snow all around me. That, of course, from the plow trucks slinging the snow this way. As we head out here to southbound Route 1, the major concern is not really how many of the lanes have been cleared. They are all clear for the most part. The concern is with these frigid temperatures, the black ice. We ran into some slick spots on our way out here this morning, so treat the entire roadway as though it is covered in black ice.
So now from one part of the peninsula to the other, in Wycomico County, the freezing temperatures make digging out uncomfortable and cause dangerous conditions on the road. WBOC's Kayla Tinsley joining us live from Salisbury. Morning, Kayla. So many say they're worried about those back roads.
Good morning, Jimmy. It's the beginning of the week, which means people will be preparing for those daily commutes. Therefore, digging out will be on everyone's agenda for the day.
At 6:31, a wave of vicious storms passed through Delmarva last night, bringing tornado, severe thunderstorm, and flood warnings to the peninsula.
Cambridge even placed under a rare flash flood emergency warning.
WBOC's Rachel Pierce joins us this morning from Washington Street in Cambridge. Good morning, Rachel. That street was closed until just after midnight because of the flooding.
Good morning, Jimmy and Tamika. This is some of the flooding just off of Washington Street. Jimmy and Tamika, this is not a pond. This is not a river. This is a road that people drive on. It's crazy.
At 6:31, Election Day for the 2022 midterms has come and gone. Now, most of the races have been called, although we won't have official winners until the counts are certified.
So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have so far. Starting at the top of the ballot in Maryland, the governor's race, Democratic candidate Wes Moore, Maryland's next governor. He beat out Republican Dan Cox with 92% of the precincts reporting.
Rachel Pierce joins us in studio this morning to talk about this historic win for Wes Moore. Good morning, Rachel. Moore has become Maryland's first African-American governor.
Good morning, Jimmy and Tamika. A historic moment for Maryland. Wes Moore is also just the third African-American governor in this country's history.
At 5:25 this morning, an Antares rocket is just minutes away from launching at the Wallops Flight Facility in Accomack County.
No, Mike and I are not vibrating at this opportunity to watch it and talk about it. The resupply mission to the International Space Station is on schedule for 5:27 this morning. This is a live look through NASA television at the rocket that's as they do some of the final checks. They just lit the candle.
Oh,
There it is. All right, so
and there she goes.
there goes the Antares rocket.
Get ready for some Thanksgiving Day travel traffic. Today is expected to be the busiest day of the year on U.S. roadways. Rachel Pierce joining us from Snow Hill this morning. And good morning to you, Rachel. And high gas prices don't seem to be deterring drivers.
Good morning, Bill. Yes, it's hard to think about Thanksgiving this year without thinking about these high gas prices. But according to AAA, they say that Maryland drivers are actually largely unfazed.
Hundreds of first responders were on duty during Turkey Day across Delmarva.
A sign of thanks.
Because of that, a Delaware nonprofit delivered hot meals to those working in Kent and Sussex counties. A 102-year-old Pittsfield legend was badly injured in a home fire last month.
2 weeks of rehab, but he's in good spirits.
But despite that, he's thankful because the community is coming together to help him. With Thanksgiving come and gone, it's time to start decking the halls.
$15 more this year than last.
But a fresh Christmas tree is going to cost you a little more green this year. A Seaford family's pulling the plug on their beloved bright holiday display.
We just physically can't do it anymore.
But it's not all bah humbug because now they're looking to donate their lights to continue the tradition.
It's more than lights, it's the Christmas spirit.
This morning's Eye Opener is presented by Bay to Beach Builders.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and from the bay to the shore, we'll take you on a magic journey with lots to explore. Skycam 16 takes us up away to show us what Santa will see from his sleigh. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while Mike and Bill run around like kids playing on their sleds. It's the season of giving, and oh, what a joy. Bless our children do so much more than just give out a toy. We'll take a trip down the hall to Historic Studio D, where Jimmy and Lisa are giving New Year's tips for you and me. Hunter Landon is traveling to a St. Michael's parade, where all the gifts they'll be giving are unique and handmade. Charlie's on a mission to keep Christmas traditional. Meanwhile, Chris Weimer passes along a beloved family ritual. It's a Delmarvelous Christmas for one and for all, so grab the milk and cookies and let's have a ball.
Good evening and welcome to A Delmarvelous Christmas. I'm Mike Lichniak with WBOC.
And I'm Katie Zarilli with Delmarva Life, and we are here at the festive Shellville Enchanted Winter Celebration.
And take a look at this tree and the lights on it.
Beautiful.
Tonight we will take you on a festive journey all across the peninsula as we deck the halls for the holidays.
From heartwarming tales of giving back to those less fortunate to a Michniak matchup sure to make you chuckle, you're really in for a treat this evening, so sit back, relax, and get those Santa hats ready.
But first, let's talk about tradition here on Delmarva when it comes to Christmas, and one famous family in particular, the Bidens. Things have changed over the years for them, but one thing remains the same: family.
That's right. We actually had the chance to speak with First Lady Dr. Jill Biden about how she keeps her loved ones close this time of year, whether it be in the first state or at the White House.
my gosh, I love it. You know, I love doing the decorations, and I plan each room. I plan all the decorations. And of course, we do it as a team. I have a team here at the White House, all my elves. But so it's a lot of fun. And you know, we have, I think this year we had 170 volunteers from all across this country come and help decorate. In America, we share more of the same values, you know, of unity and optimism and faith, and you know, that bring us together. And so when I was thinking about the theme, I thought, we the people really sort of embraces that. I tried to reflect all the people in a lot of the ornaments and a lot of the decorations. As you probably saw, there's a lot of mirrors in this house, and either coming down from the ceiling or in the bases of the trees, so that I hope that when visitors come to look at the decorations, that they actually see themselves in the decorations. So it's a reflection of we the people. I've tried to incorporate a lot of the traditions upstairs where we have our family tree. I brought all my decorations from Wilmington, and because they're all the kids' ornaments, like you know, something that Bo made in 3rd grade or Hunter made or Ash, that you know, we look and just laugh at them, and just, you know, they bring back so many wonderful memories. So happy Delmarvelous Christmas from the White House.